Yes, are we on? Recording. Here we go. Yes, okay. Okay, amazing. How are we, my man? How's it
Pretty
been? I
good.
haven't seen you since the
Yeah,
big
since Swanee.
the big
That was fucking
Swanee
fun,
one.
man.
That
Yeah.
was fucking fun. Have you played other shows since then? There was a few tipo shows now in the US since say.
Yeah. The whole finance shows. I didn't take a part of anything except like a few weeks ago in the afters. It wasn't like a tipper event, but it was the afters after Red Rocks. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
Nice.
And yeah, except that I've played here and there. Um,
Are you mainly in
some
Denver? Like,
events.
or you play all over the US now?
No, all over.
Nice,
Yeah,
man. Hell yeah. And you're
yeah.
located in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. Your own place with a studio?
Yeah, I just finished the whole acoustic panel. I built my own acoustic panels,
Hey,
and it sounds so good now. I'm so
amazing,
happy.
man.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, you have arrived to the moment you were waiting for.
Yeah. I
What do you
actually
use? Did you
never
use
had.
you never had a studio?
Not a separate one. It always was part of my bedroom, you know?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did I
100%.
use? Like what? Like material?
Did you do like no, more like did you do sonar walks and stuff like this? Or did you have like a
No,
mic
no.
to right?
I'm mixing with my headphones and like analyzers and references, so the it doesn't really matter. I just wanted the room to be dry. I didn't
Sure.
do like calculating things. Just wanted to be dry. Um,
Amazing.
and yeah, I did it very cheap, man. I had this idea the other day because to cut wood is hard and like wood is pretty expensive and the material. So I had this idea we just moved to a new place, so we got all most of our things from Facebook Marketplace. So I thought maybe I'll look for fiber like insulation in
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace because there must be like leftovers and stuff like that. So I found some cheap, very cheap insulation like rock wool and fiberglass. And instead of wood, I used carton boards.
Yeah, cardboards.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, cardboard, carton, yeah.
yeah.
And just for the frame and went out sick. Like, it's so fucking dry here.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the wood doesn't really matter. Like it's more, it
exactly.
just keeps the structure the way it is. That's hilarious, man. When I
Yeah.
did my studio in my mom's place, like years ago, and like she just moved to a new spot, and I had a room on my own there that like it was just like another like the how do you say like the shelter, the miklat, the
Hmm.
the shelter room, in
Yeah.
the house,
Yeah.
and because it's in one of those rooms that the walls are metal, like the walls are like those that from rockets and stuff. So the walls are actually have metal inside of them and then concrete.
Hmm.
And when you have the empty room, I just had the studio with the speakers, and if you do like a kick, it'll go doom like it just ping pong between the walls, man, and it just stays
Yeah.
for seconds after. Like the lows would just like keep ping ponging. And I worked with dude, what's his name? Omer Carney. And he
Yeah.
did like this guy? Yeah, he did like studios
Yeah.
for Infected and all these guys. And he
Hmm.
came and I didn't have a lot of budget. So I was like, I just need you to like just fix it up for me so it'd be like enough. And he came with these like huge sponges, just big blocks, squares of sponges that like, are
Hmm.
ugly. Like you're not making it nice. It's just a big sponge.
Yeah.
And he put one behind me and then like two in the corners of the room, not even like all the way, not like just two in the corners of the room. And then we put the studio all the way to the wall, and he had a mic to start like we sit in the sweet spot, and he does the swoop, with the EQ wizard, which is free.
Mhm.
and we saw what's going on, and then we moved the 10 centimeters away from the wall, and a few more centimeters, and a few, and we just you just sit in the sweet spot and do it. And in the end, he ended up moving it enough so there was like room for like two more sponges behind the
Mhm.
the studio itself, and it's just that's just this sponge that's just like that dense, and he made that room that was horrible, like worse than just a regular empty room. He fixed that with like I think six sponges, one on the other, like two behind. It was super ugly, but it was just like two behind, I think, or like three
Yeah.
behind, one behind me, and two in the corners. And it was like comparatively flat, man. It's so not what I thought it is. Like when you go
Mhm.
and you search for whatever it is, on the internet on how to do it. And obviously they need to like average out how to do it, and you need the triangle and all the things they tell you to do.
Yeah.
And the way he did it was it made so much sense. You shift, you calculate, you shift, you calculate, you shift, you calculate. That
Yeah.
changed my perspective on like how you do these acoustic things like completely, man.
Mhm.
But yeah, when ever since that studio, I never had like a proper studio. Like over here, I'm like basically in a corner of a room. Before that, I was always in headphones when I was traveling and stuff.
Yeah. You
How
back
are
in
you finding
Australia?
mixing on? Yeah, I'm in Australia.
Mm.
Well, like yeah, we're thinking of doing Europe next year, but we're not really going anywhere. Um,
Nice.
what did I want to say? Yeah, how do you
Mixing?
find mixing on headphones?
So it was kind of hard to get used to it. Like since the beginning, I always like the final mixes um and the final touches was with what was with the um were with headphones. But when I just before I left just look like to travel and when I moved to Bristol and before I moved here, I bought these, which they are mixing headphones, open headphones, and it
What are
changed
these?
everything to me. It's
What's this again?
HD 600 Sennheiser.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, not
See.
very expensive and really like comfortable. Um, and when you get used to it, when you get used to work just with headphones, um, kind of change the whole perspective. It changed your workflow, and since then my mixes are way better. So I recommend like to do it for
How
some
did it
time.
change? How did it change your workflow? Like, what do you do? What do you do that's better than speakers? Because I was on headphones. I was on these headphones
Hmm.
for a while. Obviously, it's not the same, but like for a while, and I find myself getting so confused when I'm on headphones. Something about the stereo spectrum gets all mangled up, and
Yeah,
obviously, after a while, when I realized that that's the thing I was doing, I could correct for it, but I always had to go out of the headphones, hear it, and be like, "Oh, right, this is not doing the thing," and I go back again. Which I
yeah,
mean, it makes sense, but yeah, I didn't always have speakers to do that.
yeah. I think it's one reason it's because it's closed, like it's a closed
Yeah,
headphones and it's not open.
true.
And yeah, the ideal situation is to do both, like to have monitors to hear the sound in the air and to feel it, um and then to do the final touches, to hear some things that you can hear in through speakers. uh, but yeah, it changed my workflow because I since the beginning, like since the first kick, you understand how it's like the really tiny details, like the really I don't know, the micro
Yeah.
on every element. And for me it was like not finishing a song as fast as I can. Is like, okay, I'm getting a kick, this kick needs to be perfect because I want to hear it perfect,
Mm.
and it's every element like this. So you mixing, of course everyone, not maybe not everyone, but of course that you need to mix while you producing. But when you working with headphones, it's more like you feel it, it's part of the workflow.
Mm.
So that's why that's what I meant by how it changed my workflow, and how it just got me improved, or I don't, not sure how to say it, but
Yeah,
I
no, I see what you're saying. And
yeah.
when you're starting a track, do you when you're starting at least in like the master loop, I guess. Like when you do you even start like this? Do you start with the master loop?
Yeah, it
Right.
depends. Not always.
Not
Depends on
always.
the
What's
vibe.
the other
No,
variation?
melody, intro.
Really? Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah.
start straight from an intro? That's funny.
It depends. It depends on the
Yeah.
project. If it's a part of the EP, what's the EP? What's the journey? Like, what's the whole story about the thing? But yeah, nowadays I'm focusing on more dance floor
Right.
and club uh, bangers. I don't know how to call it, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it makes
yeah,
sense to start with the
I
master
definitely
loop.
can. I definitely can start with like piano, or I really like Rhodes. So
Nice.
like a chord progression, which
Mhm.
leads me to the master loop.
Right. So when you do the master loop, you get stuck on each sound. You're like, okay, this kick needs to be fucking tight. The snare needs to be
Yes,
fucking tight. Right. And
yes.
as you use sound design along the way, or you have different sessions for sound design, and then when you sound design, you make sure that bass patch is just, or you're like doing it within the project. So whenever you sound design between the kick and snare, the bass sits good there. Do you know what I mean? Like when I sound design,
Yeah.
it's for the sake of that sound, but when I sound design in the project, it's for the sake of the project, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I never do. I used to do like sound design session, but not really. It's always along the way, or something that I do now because we're doing it. I just pull a lot of sounds from other projects and change it for the project, which is amazing. It's so easy, and like
Amen.
you get, yeah, you get to crazy sound. It's every time that you do it, your first sound that you use it for the first project is getting to crazy stuff, and it's just
Yeah,
faster workflow. But yeah,
truly.
I never do different sound design and then taking it. It's always in the same project.
Right. Yeah. It makes sense because then you have a lot more intentionality when you
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
synthesize
yeah.
because you actually know you have the idea of what should go between this part. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I get to I feel like I used to do that way more, and now like exactly like when I just like borrow from other projects and see what works.
Mm-hmm.
I had this thing in my head the other day that like I wonder if you would like put, what do you call those the thing that you can see the brain activity, those nodes, however you call that
Yeah.
thing. um
Electrons? I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe. No, electrons is the electrodes. Anyway, that thing
Not
that
sure.
can measure brain activity. And if you'll have that on a musicians that play guitar, he
Mm-hmm.
would be he would be, I guess in a flow. So maybe the default mode network or something would go down or whatever, something like that. But like whatever creativity looks like in the brain. And then
Yeah.
if you would have me within an editing session, that's just like, when you do like audio edits or when you synthesize, this is the this is how electronic music is being created, right? Like you synthesize and you edit it. Like that's like the things.
Arrangement.
I wonder how
Yeah.
close that is to like playing a
Mm.
guitar. Because in the end of the
Yeah.
day, like there's a system, your fingers should go to a certain, you have an idea where it should go, and then the tool, your hands, is doing the thing, right?
Yeah,
Wherever
yeah,
obviously you know how I play guitar. You see how good I am at guitar with my right hand
yeah.
here tapping.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it'll be like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
same.
It's
I wonder
interesting.
if it's the same thing. I
Yeah.
wonder if someone actually did. I need to Google it. But like, if we work, are we the same creatives on that level?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's lean on more like with the instruments playing like like a guitarist or something. Um, it's more of muscle memory. Then when you want to create something, you're probably thinking about it. But
Yeah,
most of the time, like professionals, I don't think that they have to think, but it's just like happening. Like the hand not remembers, like the muscle
yeah,
remembers. And in our situation, we thinking all the time when we making it.
right.
It's really interesting if it's the same, like how
Yeah, I
different it
wonder.
is.
I mean, it's definitely not the same. Like I can see
Yeah,
it on
yeah,
a bunch of levels where it's not the same. But like brain activity wise, like what is it that's different there? Because like
yeah.
it's not like I don't get into a flow state. Like I can lose myself in Ableton for hours. It's probably one of my favorite losing myself moments that I have in life is when I'm just like wake up after like 3 hours, like, oh my god, I guess I have a second drop now. Like just
Yeah,
wake up mid second drop. Like, oh wow, I got here. I should probably eat something.
yeah. I hate this. I hate to eat when I'm in like
Yeah, good.
the zone. Like I don't need to eat. Let me do that shit. Because
Yeah,
if I'm gonna eat, I wouldn't want to do it
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Um,
I also
yeah,
find that when I'm in that mode, that I just need to put something in my mouth quick to go back. I actually eat shit food, which actually makes me more tired when I come back to Ableton. Like that's something that I notice when I do it on my own. And then I just have like gluten and coffee. And that's not like coffee is good, but like the gluten just fucking dips me down instead of like having something nice, like a refreshing salad. But then you
yeah,
need to like chop and do this, and like it's a whole thing.
yeah.
Do you do music like every day? Is that a daily practice for you?
That's the goal. It's not every day. It's also not just music,
Hmm.
unfortunately. Nowadays, um, we need to be everything. So
Or in what
in
way? On the business
the
side
idea,
of music?
yeah, business managing, meetings, marketing, Instagram, everything, just the whole business.
Right.
Um,
And you
so
have, because you work with Aviv, right?
yeah,
And do you
yeah.
work with someone else on the project?
We have Greg Glassman as my
Hmm.
booking agent right now. He was my petitioner as well for the visa. Um, and
Oh, huge.
that's yeah, that's the team. Um, and yeah, Aviv is amazing. Like I couldn't do it without him. Like the whole thing. Does an amazing job. And Greg is fucking amazing. So yeah, it's it's still like even if you have like a booking agent and a team behind you, you still need to be creative in other aspects except the music. Like for example, Instagram. For example, the reels and content to be a content creator. Like
Yeah.
I didn't sign for that when I started to make music. Like I just want to make music and to bring some I don't know, emotions to the world. And now I need to think about cool places to film myself hearing my song. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard it
Yeah.
so many times, I don't want to hear it again, you know. But it's interesting. It's interesting because I'm trying to look at it like at the end of the day. Um, I'm becoming more professional in other things except music. Like maybe not
Really.
professional, but like I'm practicing other stuff. If it's
Yeah.
for example, editing videos or doing my art, my cover arts. So editing in Adobe or you know it just makes you more creative. So it's kind
Really,
of
yeah.
yeah,
And it's
improve your
a
brain in some
holistic approach of creative. All of a sudden, as a creative person, you have more this whole holistic brand that does all these things for you. You for yourself, obviously, your brand is still music, but like
yeah.
that's huge, man. That's such a it's a positive outcome, no matter what how you look at it.
Yeah,
Obviously, we want to just
yeah,
get stuck on Ableton and everything else to happen for us, but like
yeah.
comparatively, it's pretty freaking sweet, man. That's nice. Have you
Mm-hmm.
ever had like have you ever edited videos before this and stuff like this, or it's just because you
No,
have to do it? Yeah, same.
no.
Yeah. It's
I'm
I don't
very
like that at all, man. I really don't like the
yeah,
editing videos.
yeah,
Yeah.
same. But when you like succeed in something, or like you have
Yeah.
you did a good video, you feel good, you know, you're
Yeah,
like, okay,
100%.
I learned something.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just because we're not good at the tool yet that
yeah,
we're not keen about it.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
beginning. You have to like overcome the learning a new skill, and then when you
Mm-hmm.
got the skill come, it's just like tuck 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 tuck. I'm sure it's gonna be easier at some point, and then you're gonna feel fine about just doing it real quick.
Yeah,
I hope that by the time I have that, I can just have enough money to pay someone to do it for me, and then
yeah,
I'm fine with not
definitely.
having that
But
skill.
you still need to do it, you know. It's not like I don't know, like business pages or festivals or something like that, that you can just bring someone the page access, and he or she does
Hmm.
everything. We are the face. We need to
Hmm.
show our face. We need to think about the ideas of the videos or the content. And when you actually want to pay someone, he just they gonna just like publish it, you know, for you.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the publish part is the easiest part.
That's true.
The
Yeah,
the hardest part is to think about what content, what is how it's gonna be different from other creators, to
yeah,
edit it in a cool way.
yeah.
um
I guess for me, I would pay someone to edit the video, physically the
y-
edit part, and
yeah,
then I
yeah,
would
yeah,
publish. Like I would get like an
yeah.
editor rather
Mm-hmm.
than I guess I have the YouTube channel, so like the YouTube channel is just like long, and it's all the
Yeah.
ums and ahs and how awkward that sentence was compared to that sentence, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to do the thing. It's also like if you think of the idea for like a reel for your marketing of the new track, and you have the idea, you do the idea, like you know that the way you scripted it and you shot it was good. After that, the edit also shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be that hard because you've done the
Mm-hmm.
hard job, which is taking good
Yes.
shots of yourself doing the thing. And yeah,
Yeah,
it's a whole
definitely.
other thing to get into. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, epic that you're doing it, and yeah, not enough of us are doing it. Do you live solely of music? I think when we talked, you said you did some
I did
other,
for some time.
and then you stopped or something now.
Yeah, now I do like I kind of work I kind of DJ for yeah, we can call it a company that do events in all over the west side of the states.
Yeah.
So it's like here and there I'd go for a weekend to DJ. So
Right. What do you
it's
DJ?
kind of cool.
Not NUEQ.
No, no, just just like
What
uh
weddings? They do like
it's not weddings, it's like events. It's like a um how can I say it? Like a pop-up um
right.
events that selling stuff like makeup and toys and skincare. So it's a lot of people
Right.
come in, so I
So
just
you're the
like
DJ.
do the music. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not,
amazing.
yeah, it's kind of cool, like but it's far
It's
from
a
what I
gig.
want to do.
Of
Yeah,
course. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, yeah. But compared to everything, every other job you could have landed,
Yeah,
pretty close, man. Pretty
it's
close.
nice. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
get to see the states also, like to see
that's awesome.
parts that I'm not gonna be probably, or I'm gonna, but not now. Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope to do it full time next year,
Epic,
2026.
man.
That's the goal.
That's awesome. Do you guys work with like with a goal? Like your goal is by next year, you're gonna achieve this. So in order for that to happen, we need this amount of releases, this amount of shows played, this amount of. Is that a thing you do?
We used to do it. We used to do it. Especially when me and Aviv started the whole thing together.
Mm.
Um, but now it's more like a practical thing. Like we have goals, but um, it's not like writing or some. No, it is, but yeah, maybe just like a year and not like
Yeah, next week.
yeah, yeah, and also it's more focused on like the money aspect, like
Hmm.
economical, no,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
the
yeah. Make the
y-
business run by itself.
y-
That's money is
yeah,
pretty relevant.
yeah, because we know what we want to do, we kind of know the industry already. We know what should be um happen to to get to our goal. um
Yeah,
and the goal is just to make the business running, thriving. So
yeah. Do you
yeah.
find especially I guess compared to Israel as well, because you kind of know a bunch from Israel, but like do you find that in the US you meet more people that are oriented to work like that with like the mindset of like we're running a business here.
Oh yeah,
Let's make this work. Yeah. That's
big
awesome.
time.
That's inspiring.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's also like it's part of the moving, like here it's actually happening. Here you have an actual industry. Like
Yeah.
in Israel we
You can
have
pull it
industry,
off.
but not, yeah, but
Yeah.
not for this kind of music. Like
Yeah.
the psytrance industry is pretty big and thriving and happening. But here it's amazing to see how people like um truly like do it and believe in it and make a business from it, make a living from it, from this music. It's like when I got there, when I got here first time, I was blown away from just people do it um for a living.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
um
Yeah. It's wild, eh? And you don't even need to be obviously it depends on your means. It depends on how much you cost yourself per month or something.
mhm,
But you don't have to be that big of a project to
exactly.
get there in a way. Like it's a pretty you're like medium and up, and you can kind of pull it off depending on how how hippie you are with your shopping cart, basically. But yeah, especially when you start with like low means and you can just like pull it off for now and slowly build up there. It's
Yeah,
yeah, it's inspiring. It gives you hope that you can do it. I reckon that there's like when I talked about it with a student that like we're trying to like see where it can go, and you can calculate the number of like how much you cost yourself a month. And then you see how you can make that amount of money from your creative work. And then
mhm,
you have, if you don't live in a place where have this many gigs, it's just not gonna happen. There's not, it's you have to understand that you have it has to be real that this is not
mhm,
gonna work. And even the
yeah,
biggest artists work globally. Like you have a global business. It's not
yeah,
just maybe not in the US, maybe not in the US for bass music and pop, and maybe not Israel for psytrance as well, and maybe not for
yeah,
techno in Berlin. Like there's all these like places in the world that like it's just that big of a scene within one country. But except kind of those ones, you have to have a global reach. Like it has to be just that big. US is
yeah,
amazing because the US is that big, and
exactly.
they're and
And there
they're
is money.
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
consumers. Like they
Oh
consume.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's very different. I assume that it's yeah, that there's more countries like this, but yeah, the in the US it definitely felt the
Yeah.
most achievable on that level.
Yeah, and it's also like how you act as an artist, like how you use um your talent, or like your um uh,
Skill.
skills. Yeah. um because it's not just about shows. It's like, yeah, it's the biggest and like most natural ways for us to get money. um
Hmm.
but there are so many ways, you just again needs to be creative um with your skills, and with how you become a hustler. We can call it like that. um
Running a business, man. That's not even without a bad
exactly.
connotation. You're just running a business. You're trying to make money off your art.
Ex-
It's very hard.
exactly.
You need to
It's very
understand how you
hard.
do it.
It's
Yeah.
very hard. But
Yeah.
we need to use that skill as much as we can. Like, if it's working for other companies for music, if it's samples, if it's lessons, if it's there are so many ways to make money from that skill. And
Yeah.
it's it took me some time to realize that I have to. It's not like okay, it's gonna come. Like, people ask for lessons, or work for companies for sample packs, or music for ads and um uh content or something like that. I need to act. I need to reach these people. I need to find them. I need to brand myself as one that like provide these services. And
Good, man. That's awesome. How do
yeah.
you do that? Do you have a website or you reach with just the email and then you have a portfolio of work that you've done?
Yeah. Like emails,
Yes.
I have a portfolio, connections, just to speak with people about these things.
Really?
He knows him and
What's your
she
favorite
knows
income?
she.
What's your favorite from all the things that are like not shows? What's the
Mm,
favorite project that you've done that's not like the thing you didn't sign up for, but you ended up doing? It was like that was actually a
yeah.
cool.
uh, it's interesting. It's a good question. I do a lot of lessons, which is sometimes it's so fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's really amazing. Sometimes it's not the best, like, because sometimes people that not into this like like, they're not, they
Yes.
want to learn but not like go crazy about it like me.
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't really enjoy, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still amazing.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just to see their look, no, their look, or how they respond to learning something new. It's just it's gold, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
cause
When
cause
you hear the sound that you've if they came to you because of you and then you made a sound that sounds like you that they didn't know how to do and they just got like the backstage info, like the
mm-hmm,
how you make it and they just saw the
mm-hmm,
process, it's like
yes,
their life is
yes,
changed.
yeah. Cause you also not when you make a sound, it's not always gonna be so
100%. Yeah,
sexy,
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and when you do it real time with a student that paid
Yeah.
you to learn it, you like wish in your heart that this one is gonna be a good
Yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah.
and when it's
Yeah.
a good one, I just feel so good,
Yeah,
cause
man. I had it the other
they
week.
respond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had it the other week that I was like, this doesn't always work, but I'm just gonna do it and let's see where it's gonna take us. And man, it sounded so good. Like it was
Nice.
one of the best sound design sessions I had in a while. Because
Hell yeah.
sometimes it just I don't know why it farts the other way and like it doesn't for some reason. And it's kind of the same mechanism almost always for me
Mm-hmm.
to arrive to the timbre that I like. And sometimes it goes a bit like, I don't know, there's like too many highs or too many this, and it doesn't like sit as much. And then like I did this with a student and I have that patch now. Like it's just a thing that I have from just like
Yeah, yeah,
sitting with him.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice when that happens. So lessons would
Mm-hmm.
be your top
I
tier.
I think so. I have art list. Art
Yeah.
list.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Um So yeah, Artlist
Nice.
is also nice because they really like my style, so they let me do whatever I want. Every time they
Awesome.
ask for for a project, I do NUEQ, and then I'm releasing it as NUEQ, so I'm
Huge.
like earning a release. So it's
Huge.
nice. I
Huge,
like it.
man.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Were you
yeah.
thinking of doing some tutorials and stuff on YouTube and things like this?
Sorry,
Were you thinking of doing some tutorials on YouTube and stuff like this to show how
to
your
making my
workflow and
own.
stuff? Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Not really. I'm not really good at it. Like it's
Right.
also a skill,
Sure,
it's different
100%.
than do it a real time in a lesson. Um and I never like actually did it in front of a camera just like to record myself.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like the biggest reason I never done it is the English, like because I always was not that like I didn't feel comfortable with my English. Now I'm feeling
Mm.
comfortable. I still have like mistakes and stuff, but it's not bothering me like it was. But yeah, I feel like if I want to do it, I need to do it,
Get to
like to
that. Yeah,
practice
yeah,
on
yeah.
it. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's a good question because when you think about content, it's like the most natural place to go. Like, okay,
Like,
I'll show them how I make this sound, or how is I don't know, my workflow. um but this is going to like this content going for producers, and it's not really what I'm aiming for. I also am aiming for producers, but I want to aim to, like, with my content, I want to just like
you're
a
a
lot of
music brand.
people.
You're not a tutoring brand.
Exactly,
Yeah, 100%.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
um yeah, if I was more of a teacher, so yeah, I would practice on it and like release more of tutorials and stuff like that, but I'm not. I
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
kinda, but
It,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. You, if anyone hearing this and wants to have a lesson, talk to you, but not on social media. Not, you don't want to mix up the brand. Yeah, I totally understand that, man. It's a funny thing. I am in a different place in my head with how you build a brand, but it's not that what you're saying is like wrong. It's more
Mhm,
that I think there's also it could be that there's an added value rather than it's instead of like mixing up the crowd, it can actually bring in um bring in more people to follow your brand. And there's example that like I know from like people that I listen to about this stuff is like, Joe Rogan, and he has
mhm,
this, he talks about freaking what he's talking about, alien comedies and aliens, comedy, UFC, and history or something. And if you like history, you go there. If you like comedy, you go there. If you like UFC, you go there. If you like all of those, you are like a hell of a fan. You're just like he touched all the points that you want to
mhm.
be. You want
Yeah,
them to be a part of your life. So you're actually widening the surface area of luck for more people to find a deeper connection with you because you are a more multifaceted persona online. But that is, I think, and that's the advice I give also for like, but in my opinion, if it's only when you didn't make it just as a music brand, you can go there. You don't have to. Like I would say to anyone to just start building a personal brand rather than like a music brand. Just
mhm,
because I wish I would have done that a decade ago. So it's definitely the what I would tell people to do. But
yeah,
yeah, then you kind of become not just a music brand. Like you don't do the thing that you do, and then it can murky it a bit. But
yeah.
yeah, it's two
You
two
definitely
two of
can
the
do
things can.
both. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. And
It's
it is
yeah.
interesting, especially when you have you're in a way you're almost there. You're like you can do, it's gonna just fucking persist and keep being amazing, and it's gonna happen. So there's no reason to shift something that's working. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's an interesting thing if you're like getting stuck on something that's on which is the one thing that I do, or you're like you have all this umbrella of things that you do. And
yeah,
I'm, even though I'm convinced the other way around, I'm interested to see where it can go with like other people.
yeah, definitely. I can feel it with my music sometimes because I'm doing like I'm not focusing on one genre or one I don't know subgenre type of music. I do whatever I feel like, whatever I inspired by, um, and that's the whole uh that's the whole goal, I guess, or like who NUEQ is. But sometimes it scares me. Sometimes I like overthinking about it. Like, what if it's the wrong move? Like,
Yeah,
um, maybe it's not a good thing to do like a variety of uh, types of
music's.
music. Yeah.
Yeah,
um, but that's who I am. So I just need to, keep going, keep believing, and
that's
and
enough.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you do singles or albums, or you don't really care? Like, do you have like a preference on like, yeah, do you think about it on the business side of things, like how to release music? Singles are better, EPs are better.
Yes, now I do. Well, I always thought about it since the beginning because I started pretty late, I guess. And I rushed the whole thing. So I always thought about the business side. I always thought about, okay, labels, all right, like what can I do to be on the biggest labels, or like how can I do it in the fastest way to become big, or like not even big, just like how can I make money from it? Like how can I live from the thing that I like the most, and yeah, I do singles. Most of the singles I do now, it's with artists, so it's kind of nice. I think about labels all the time. That's what I aiming for with my music. So nowadays, um, most of the projects that goes to labels, it's EPs or
Mhm.
double singles, stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's barely like singles unless it's VAs or compilations. Um, so I have like labels that I want to work with, so I'm doing projects for them. So if it's like, I don't know, if it's, for example, Inspected was my biggest dream to release with, so I did the EP for them. Always thought Inspected, okay, this vibe, finish the EP, send them, and it worked,
yeah,
which I feel very lucky. But sometimes it doesn't work. Like the EP that I released now, it's a whole drum and bass EP, and I send it to so many labels. Like I'm the first like goal was to sign it with Vision, with Noisia Vision,
yeah,
and they heard it, but they didn't answer. I know that some of them liked it, but it's just like they didn't answer. So I moved on and on and on and on and sent it to like 10 different labels. Um, and yeah, the labels game is hard. Is hard. Um,
yeah. What do you think it is? Do you think it's just a matter of time? Do you think it's
I think um I think it's just industry. I think it's about how big you are. I think it's about, of course, it's the
a
music,
brand?
but not just that. Yeah, it's the brand, like how active you are, who you know, like how do you get to these labels? Like big labels getting music all the time. So how can you make like an exception? How can you get the your music to the label in a different way, and not just the, I don't know, demos form that they have in SoundCloud. Um, and unfortunately, it's about money at the end of the day.
Mm.
If we're talking
In
about
what
big
way?
labels, In what way they want to labels that do it big today? It's not just the music. Like if the music is fits and they like it, not it's not guaranteed that they will take it, because maybe you're too small, maybe you're not gonna make the money
I
that
understand what
they
you mean.
need.
Yeah, 100%.
um
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately,
That's one
again.
of the problems with the music thing that for almost every business, you make money by making other people money, and like it takes a while until you can make other people money with your brand. Like it takes, especially, I mean, you dabble with it's the big boys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you need to like look a certain way on like that have a certain brand online, but like yeah, it's hard to make people make money when you sell art. Like it's
Yes.
it's almost not inconceivable that that's a thing that can happen. That's huge
Yeah.
though. I didn't realize Inspected was a whole EP. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When was
Hardest
this?
work I ever done. uh
Yeah, sick.
Almost, it released a year and a half ago at February 24, but I
Right.
sent it to them finished in February 23, after I
Damn, man.
worked on it 8 months. So I started working on it in 2022. Hardest work I've done. That that EP made me who I am, kinda. Like this, that
Mm,
was the level up from uh bedroom
whatever you
producer
were before.
that wanna
Yeah.
be big to someone that actually knows sound, actually know how to control sound, um,
Right.
or to find his sound. And yeah, it took a year to release that EP, and the latest EP, the drum and bass one, which I released with Veil. And big ups to Veil. I fucking love these guys.
Hmm.
They're not huge, but they release the best music for a long time now, and they just so professional for how big they are. And I enjoyed releasing that EP with them, but they also like a year after, because I sent it to so many labels that it's they even not say no. It's just like doesn't respond, didn't
Yeah,
respond. Like
that's
it's
so
okay.
lame.
I don't mind to get no. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah,
say it
yeah.
to me.
Yeah,
Just
so
say
I can
no.
move on
No,
with my life.
yeah, yeah. Not even hey door. Thanks for no. Just say no. Period. Okay,
Two
we can move
letters.
on.
Yeah, two letters and
Yes.
send. Yeah, man. Yeah, if they could just
uh,
like mark it. Maybe just like, yeah, maybe next time you should put it in the email.
yeah.
Um yeah, I totally understand. It's also like you just live in this like you're just hanging off a branch, but like you don't know if you should leave it, you should hang on, you should yeah, it sucks to be in the air like this, especially when you're like the music is you're like you stand behind it. You're like this is a good thing. So like
Mm-hmm.
that there's the potential is there. It's just if someone's gonna freaking respond to an email, and you also never know if that's because they missed it or because they just don't want it. Like the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 and the hardest part is that you know that they heard it, because if you have like SoundCloud and yeah, a private SoundCloud
bro.
link,
Yeah,
you can
that's
see
funny.
the day after that they heard it, they listened to it, and just like, dude, just you had the time to listen the whole thing. It's like 20 minutes, half an hour. Just like 10 fucking seconds from this half an hour, say no. Like you listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Um,
100%.
but
Dude,
yeah,
well,
I also feel that, like, I also understand, like, they getting
of
so
course.
much music. So
Of course. It's just when
yeah,
it's on your life. You're like, come on, guys,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just do the thing. Just yeah, man. I totally understand. Yeah, I mean, I miss messages, all the time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, when someone's missing a message that makes me feel bad, I'm like, how can this be happening? Um, but yeah, man, that's awesome. What's you working on now? What's your next release?
So I have few releases with artists in the next few months, which I very much like, and just finished in 140 EP. And I really like it. I think it's my best work so far,
Wow,
especially if we're
huge.
talking about, yeah, if we're talking about like dance floor music. Um, and my aiming is dead bits. Like that's who I want to release it with. But I'm waiting for an
Was that
answer.
was that a label?
Um,
Deadbits?
yeah, it's a Zed's Dead label. And it's
Nice.
I feel like it's important one because I have the sound, like my sound is it fits to the label. And it's also important
Oh man,
because
I
they
don't
do a
know
lot of
any of those
events.
names. That's
Yeah,
dubsteppy stuff.
it's dubstep, yeah. But they have a
Cool,
different
man.
things, like different artists, like with drum and bass and more of
Right.
IDM kind of. It's not IDM, but it's like let's call it like forward thinking approach.
Sure.
Um, so yeah, it's pretty important because they do a lot of like big events around the states. Um,
Huge.
and it's yeah, it's good to be part of it. But again, they
And
need to
you
approve.
send it
So
to them already?
yeah,
Right, okay.
um,
Good luck, man.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Let's hope.
Man,
But
it's
if not,
yeah, man.
there are, yeah, there
There's so many things
are
in the
some labels.
USA. Like there's so many good labels with good music. That's I remember
Mm-hmm.
when I was there for a while and the amount of good music that you get to know because it wasn't really a part of my world before I got there. And then the
Mm-hmm.
amount of people that makes good music, it's in between inspiring to the absolute opposite because you're like, why is this 16-year-old so good? Like it just makes you think of yourself as like, I need to step up if this 16-year-old is
Yeah,
that good.
yeah, man.
Um, yeah, I remember when Neurobass just became a thing, and all of a sudden, all these Neurobass heads just came in blasting with the best mixers I've heard in my life. I was like, "Where did you
Yes.
come from?" I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know how to use a compressor. I guess if that's what you can make out of compressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like crazy to see. Yeah, when you get deep into like sound design and stuff, and the way Neurobass producers and drum and bass producers kind of started doing a few years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
they showed you what's possible with sound design, it was like, my God. I need to
Yeah.
really step it up.
Yeah, definitely. That's when I heard that kind of music first time. Like I
Right.
wasn't in this type of music, like bass music in general before that. I just listened to it, uh to bass music for the first time, to that kind of music, like in 2017, something
Mhm.
like that. That's
Yeah.
the big era of neuro, I guess, 16, 17. And yeah, that's when I learned that there is like a different electronic music than psytrance and techno, and I
Yeah.
fell in
Yeah.
love.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
yeah.
Um, before we wrap it up here,
Hmm.
what is one tip you have for young producers? Like the number one advice you can give to someone that's just starting or just they're behind you on their journey?
Mm, that's a good one. Um, well, it's not just one. It's not just one tip, but just work hard, keep believing. Um, the the name of the game is I don't know if it's a thing, the name of the game, but in Hebrew it is
Yeah, I
it
think it
just
is.
yeah, consistency is the key. Consistency is the key, we can say that. Just like keep believing of what you're doing, enjoy it of course, but work hard, like suffer as well. Like I suffered and it got me where I am, which is not too big, but I'm happy where where I am. And
Yeah.
I had this producer friend that always told me like take it easy, like chill, enjoy it. And I was like, no, I need to work hard on that. I need to think about it all the time, because if that's the thing I want to do for the rest of my life, I need to I need to work really hard on that, like every other job, you know. Like if you want to be a lawyer, you need to study your fucking life for 4 years. It's way harder than like it's not way harder to sit in the studio for 10 hours, but it's the same. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, so yeah, and for practical things, like if you can do content as soon as you can, that's the that's for more like nowadays thing. I wish I started with content earlier, but I focused on music, so it's kind of like, yeah, if you're happy with your sound, focus on content as well.
Yeah. Amen, dude. I think the way you think of this is pretty unique. There's not a lot of people that come with this much hunger, and even when you come with hunger, most of the time you come with hunger for creating music and the things that what it means, the fact that you're running a business and the way you just said with like you need to, if a lawyer need to do that for to be a lawyer, I need to do this to be a musician. That is so
Exactly.
unique, and not a lot of people have that, and I am just realizing that now after like 12 or 13 years. Like it took me years to get to the point,
Yeah.
and I worked hard, and I worked very hard at the beginning, but it's not, you can be consistent and work on the wrong thing. So you have to have a bit of a map and a bit of a understanding of what it is that you're doing. And if you want to make a living out of it, you need to understand that you need to know marketing and sales, and you don't have to know the whole thing, but understand that there's a business that you're running. And
Hmm.
that's hilarious how much I didn't think about that for a decade.
Yeah.
It's just I just continued making music and it worked. I had the best decade of my life. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But if only you would have changed, if only the consistency would have been like you're saying, like on the business side of things, and how do I get from here to there? Not only thinking of, okay, gonna release, that's gonna get me this gig, and if I'm gonna make an EP, then I'm gonna make a little tour and with the EP. That's kind of like where the business thinking of most of us ends, which is on my point was pretty pathetic to think that there was enough for me to make a living from it, especially when you're like, luckily my means were very low, so it worked. But
Yeah.
it is amazing to see so much drive in the right direction. That I
Hmm.
heard someone talking about uh I can't remember what it was. I think he said like instead of consistency, he called it practice,
Hmm.
or something like this, just because when you practice, like even when you practice like playing a guitar, it's not about the consistency of you picking up the guitar. It's the practicing the right way of doing it that
Exactly.
you end up with the skill of playing a guitar. So I
Exactly.
think, yeah, that was a nice little shift in
Yeah.
wording, because I used to say consistency, and then that person said that, and I was like, that's a very good point. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, hell yeah. I think from all these podcasts, I don't know how many I've done by now, but like I think 3 people said consistency. And I didn't ask
Hmm.
it every person, but it seems to be the repetitive seems to be consistent. But yeah, man, hell yeah for everything you're doing, brother. It's
Yeah.
inspiring from
Likewise,
the
man.
from the side, and inspiring from the outside and the inside. And yeah, man, I
Likewise.
hope I'll see you soon. Australia tour?
Yeah.
Australia tour in
Yeah.
one
You.
year?
Sorry. Oh yeah,
Australia tour in
man.
1 year?
I wish together.
Hey,
Yeah.
now
Yeah,
we're
dude.
talking.
Yeah. It's a dream of mine. Yes.
Nice,
Please. In a year.
nice.
Sounds
May,
um
may, may we
accurate and
kidnap you for a
perfect.
while, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
You
Hell
coming
yeah, dude.
home soon?
We're thinking in the summer. We're thinking in the
In
summer to
summer.
do some Israel and Europe time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty hard to make the. We're doing it. Already
Yeah.
talking to some people and stuff to see if we can make it possible and all the thing. But yeah, I think it's happening. Like we're basically in the next few days trying to put dates on the map. There's a solar eclipse. There's a total eclipse in Iceland, which is a big thing that we really want to catch.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a big one because we always want to go there, and like a total eclipse as well. Me and Millie met in an eclipse, so it was
Oh,
it's a big thing.
yeah. Now I remember.
Yeah, and so
Nice.
we want to do something like this, and then like it'll be nice to like see the family and yeah,
Visit
do
home.
some
Yeah,
Europe
yeah,
gigs.
yeah.
Are you planning on going to Israel?
Yeah, I'm going home in a month. Exactly in a month. For a
Nice. How
month.
long?
Yeah, for a month. I'm gonna play desert bass and
Sick.
see some family, see some friends. Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome,
I
man.
miss home
Enjoy.
a
Eat all the
lot.
hummus in
I'm
the world for
trying.
me.
Yes,
I
yes. I'm
bet,
trying
man.
to go there
I
as much
bet.
as I can. It's just so expensive, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Dude, awesome. Enjoy. Say hi to everyone for me.
Thank you.
And yeah, man, love you, miss you. Let's keep in touch. And good job
Yes,
being an absolute legend, man. You're inspiring.
thank you. Likewise, man. Everything you do.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for having me and much love, man. Miss you.
Oh, anytime, brother. Recording. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Okay. Amazing.